says to me, you know, Susie, I personally think women belong barefoot and pregnant. But we will be hiring you. Obviously, it was to fill their women's quota. And he said, but you will be out of here in 6 months. And I said, well, how much are you going to pay me to make me pregnant? He said $1,500 a month. I said, I'll take it. I'm now studying every day to be a financial advisor, to be a stockbroker. I come across these rules and these regulations that say what Randy did was illegal. He couldn't afford to lose money from me because that wasn't money to be invested. That was money that was supposed to be safe and sound. So after a long set of back and forth, I did the only thing that I knew. I ended up suing Merrill Lynch while I worked for them. Here's what was great. I was allowed to sue them because Peter told me I was going to be fired in 6 months anyway, and I only had 2 months left. So I figured I had nothing to lose. Here's what I didn't know. When I sued them, they couldn't fire me. So here's what's important about this story. In the 2 years that it took for that lawsuit to come to court, I became their number 6 producing broker. I was somebody that they needed to keep more than they needed to get rid of. Because I did what was right versus what was easy. It would have been easy for me to sit there and not say anything in the hopes that they weren't going to let go of me in 2 more months. But it wouldn't have been right to let Randy do that to me and everybody else that came in. Because I did what was right. Because I felt powerful enough to do what was right. I am who I am to this day. So it is very important that you look in your lives right now and you look at what is making you be afraid. What is rendering you powerless? Because we have to take that fear and that powerlessness that repels people, therefore repels money, therefore it repels your dreams, and we have to turn that into being powerful. Because when you are powerful, you attract people. When you attract people and people control money, you are attracting money to you. Everywhere I go, I attract money. Because people want to hire me to speak, they want to get in business with me, they want to do this, they want to do that. They are coming to me, and they are coming to me now more than they have ever come before. Listen, ladies, I'll tell you the truth, and the wise gentlemen that were smart enough to be here today. I, honest to God, thought that when I would be about 60 years of age, this would all be over for me. That you'd be tired of buying my books. You wouldn't want to watch me scream at you anymore on TV. I thought Oprah was going off the air years ago. Now, every year she'd say, going now, bye-bye. And then she'd stay. I go, really? And she kept doing that year after year. Oh, she is going in May. To what? To her own network. I'm going anyway. Why everybody's so sad? Oh, you're going to see her on her own network. Right? But I thought it would be over. So I planned my life in such a way that I saved everything I could. Yeah, I could have bought a 10,000 square foot home, but I lived in a 1,100 square foot apartment in New York City forever until like 2 years ago when I moved up to 1,275 square feet. You know, yeah, I have a few homes around, but my largest home is 2,200 square feet, everybody. I'm a seriously rich woman. And my car is 10 years old. And I lived my life with this next law. I lived below my means, but within my needs. I did not live within my means. I lived below my means, but within my needs. Because I wanted to get myself into a situation that I had enough money that when all of this stopped, my life was able to continue on. As soon as I got to that place, I felt powerful. Then the whole world opened up to me. I could say anything I wanted to say. from a place of strength and truth. And that, rather than turning people away from me, it brought them closer to me. And the journey goes on. You know, now we're going to have 3 or 4 television shows. We're going to have a television show in London. We're doing this and that. It's like, is this possible? It's not only possible, it's probable. And it's not just probable for me, but it's probable for every single one of you out there today. Now, I don't tell you my story and what I've accomplished to impress you, although you seriously should be. I tell you it to inspire you. So you have heard all day today, all day, about capital and business and this. I want to talk to you about personal finance. I want to talk about putting the money back into you and your life and making the right decisions with your life. Because if you can do that, you then can create a business that will sustain yourselves forever. The biggest mistake many of you make when it comes to money is this. Number one, if you are working for a corporation and you do not like the corporation that you are currently working for, you're thinking to yourself, I am getting out of that rat hole, I am going to take money and I'm going to open up my own business. How many of you in this room, you can just raise your hand, are thinking that? Be honest with me. All right, a few of you out there, more than raise their hands, trust me. All right, because your boss is probably sitting next to you, right? Yeah, guess what? Your boss is thinking it too. All right, I am asking you this. Rather than change what you are doing, change your attitude about what you are doing. In this type of an economy, this is not the economy, and even though this year is going to be a good year, I'm here to say I think 2012 is going to get as rough as it was 2 or 3 years ago. We all forget that things can happen, and it is our nature to forget. If we didn't forget, we would have one child, and that would be that. It's true. But it is our nature to just forget the bad and remember the good, especially as women. How many times have you let somebody back in your life that was not a good relationship because you forgot how bad it was when it was, and then it wasn't, and all you remembered was the good, and now they come back, and now you remember the bad, and now it's really bad. There's no difference with money. Money is a relationship with a physical entity, an energy known as bill, buck, and penny. And it's got to be a healthy relationship. So it is really important for all of you that when dealing with money, that you really understand what's going on with it. So one of the biggest mistakes that you make is thinking, I'm leaving this job, there's a better life for me out there, and I'm going to take everything that I have in a retirement account out and put it in my new business. Don't you dare. Not one of you, don't you dare. Why? Listen closely. Money in a retirement account is protected against bankruptcy. Any money you have in a 401k, unlimited amount. Any money from a 401k to an IRA rollover, unlimited amount, is protected against bankruptcy. If you have a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, up to $1 million is protected. Now, if you are taking money out of a retirement account to start up a business, and then that business fails, and now you have to claim bankruptcy, you've just lost everything. So you have got to do a business plan based on that your retirement account is not what's going to save you to create a business. Your retirement account is going to be there to save you if something goes wrong and later on in life once you retire. Got that? So do